Well, hi there. I'm Bobby Jankovic. I'm the broker of REMAX Capital. Welcome back to Mission Forge, where iron sharpens iron. And today I'm going to continue on my series on fair housing. And I thought today was going to be a boring day, but it's turned out to be kind of exciting and interesting. Followed by next week, which is going to, I'll tease it, next week or next, whenever I do it, is to me going to be the most interesting as far as the big picture, and where we are as a society and what the law is meant to do for people. So without further ado, what I wanted to do today is simply talk about who is protected. Um, Previous series have just kind of been an overview of fair housing, and then last week I talked about kind of what are the protected acts, like what can you not do, what's not permissible under fair housing. So um, I've told you there are layers of fair housing. The first one is our federal laws have statutes that we have to follow. Um, Virginia itself has a statute that we have to follow. And then if you're a practicing realtor, if you belong to the trade organization NAR, National Association of Realtors, we also subscribe to a code of ethics which binds us together. And that also has some very serious language about fair housing. So we're sort of, as realtors, we're triple bound, and that should comfort you, and it really does in practice. And you'll see as we talk next week about who is not bound, it really becomes a very interesting conversation. So I've been thinking about this Venn diagram for, if you can remember the sort of overlapping circles with the different colors. Um, well, this is kind of it's my Venn diagram for fair housing to sort of explain the different magnitudes of what's covered, and federal is the smallest. So look here, I'll see if I can get it close. Federal is that small egg at the bottom. You see it says federal, and then above that is the bigger one in the middle is realtor, and then the largest of all of them is Virginia. The state of Virginia has the most encompassing. I'm going to put an asterisk by that for a minute. Virginia has the most encompassing fair housing law. So just remember the asterisks for a minute, because I will come back to it. Because my realtor friends might be saying, "Well, wait a minute, we're big. We got more coverage." So what they all encompass, what they all have, is protected classes of race, color, national origin, religion, sex or gender, familial status, and disability or handicap. Okay. Now, Realtor adds two to that. Sexual orientation and gender identity are included. So the Realtor is bigger than the federal. And then now Virginia, it's been passed into law. We're going to pretend that it's July 1st, but because right now these additional ones like aren't in. But Virginia just added sexual orientation and gender identity to sort of bring it up to the realtor, but they wanted to go further. So they included source of income, which I did a series on that. Source of income is mainly targeted towards people who are renting houses, and they're using sources of income such as subsidies from municipalities or federal government or state government, that sort of thing. And then status as a veteran. So those are all protected classes. But Virginia has long been bigger and bigger on their protected classes because they include elderliness. So you can't discriminate against the elderly. So now, that was quick, that was easy. But when I go back to my asterisks, what are these like shady marks over here in the corner? Okay, so those are carve outs, and that's what we're going to talk about next week. Carve outs, and it's going to sound frustrating, but believe it or not, there are protected classes within the protected classes. So I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but it's the best way I can think of to describe it. There's carve outs of people that don't have to follow the law, people to which the law does not apply. and you're kind of doing this right now. I can see it, I can feel it because it is frustrating, especially when you start to learn who can still do it. Now, notice that Realtor, we don't have carve outs, right? So we're going to be good all the time. You know, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. So I'm going to leave you with that. Just remember, I'm trying to do my part to shed some light on a very important topic so that housing is equally accessible in all facets to anybody that wants it, regardless of just about anything. There are carve outs, though. All right, I smiled when I said that. Not because it's good, but just because I was trying to tease you for next week. Thanks, everybody.